please type in hello in the chat box and we'll get started in another couple of minutes. We'll wait for more people to join in. Nice to see all of you. Type in hello on the chat box. So we have people from India, we have people from Philippines, we have people from Malaysia, we have people from Sri Lanka, we have people from Thailand, we have people from Singapore. Nice to see so many people. We just wait for a couple of minutes so everybody joins in. And then we get started. Okay. Good morning. All right. So it's 10 a.m. India time. It's time for us to get started with our mastermind today on how to build a business which can grow without you. So firstly, thank you so much for being here this morning and for showing up to this mega mastermind that I decided to do. And let me tell you what my intention is. My intention always has been, how do we simplify success for every entrepreneur that we are working with? So firstly, do you like that intention on how do we simplify success for every entrepreneur that we are working with? If you like that intention, please type in yes. Okay. 5 people have typed yes. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, great. The numbers are going up on the yeses. I like that. So keeping that in mind, what I wanted to do is kind of go back and reaffirm on certain basics and help you evaluate and assess yourself as to where do you stand in the journey of those basics. So today's mastermind is going to be an enhancement of what you've already learned, but in a more simplified format. And my intention is by the end of this mastermind, you need to know exactly what you need to do. What do you need to spend your time, energy, and effort on? And what are the next steps for you to be able to pursue that goal of building a business which can grow without you? So are you open to learning and understanding what exactly do you need to do next? If yes, please type in yes. Awesome. Nice. Okay, great. So I'm going to keep all of you on mute today because we have the entire MBA network that has been invited into this mastermind. So I'm going to keep you on mute and let me quickly pull out a small little presentation that I created for this mastermind. So if you can see this PowerPoint, please type in yes. So I know that you can see the PowerPoint presentation. Okay. Everybody can hear me? Yeah. Chitra says you can't hear me. Chitra, can you hear me now? You should be able to hear me now. Okay, great. So while we are talking about how to build a business which can grow without you, and the intention of this entire MBA process was to handhold you to be able to do that, let's go back to some basics. So I'll start with the basics and then I have some new stuff that I want to share with all of you. So in the quest of answering this question of how to build a business which can grow without you, we firstly need to understand the various stages of business and which stage of business we are at. So I quickly do this review of stages of business. I'm sure all of you have seen this at some point or the other in the MBA journey. The first stage of any business is struggle. This is the stage where the entrepreneur is only focusing on acquiring new customers. And the reason why the entrepreneur is only focusing on acquiring new customers is because this is the phase where the entrepreneur is proving to himself or herself whether their products or services work in the market or not. So you're going out there, you're looking out for customers proactively, and business is not consistent in this stage. So you don't have inflows coming in. So you're constantly reinvesting into the business. Now, mind you, even not taking a salary for yourself from your business is reinvesting in your business. This is the phase where you have a product idea or a service idea and you're going out there and offering it to the market, but the market is not responding to that product or service idea as you would want them to. So it's a very unclear business model. Like, you may be providing a product or service, according to you that makes sense, but your customers are not willing to spend money on it, so they're not sure. They're asking you to customize it, change it, modify it a little bit so that it suits what they want. So you are willing to do anything at this stage just so that you get that customer. So that's the stage of struggles. Now this is the stage where most businesses die. Most businesses lose money. Typically the entrepreneurs investing from their own pocket in this stage of business just to survive. And when they run out of their cash flow, that's when they shut shop and go back to looking for a job. So most businesses die in the stage of struggle. We've all heard these statistics that 1 in 100 companies survive the first year, 1 in 1,000 companies survive the next year, 1 in 10,000 businesses survive the third year. So if you've gone beyond the third year, you really are, in Hindi we say lakhon mein ek, which means you're 1 in 100,000 people. And the reality of why these stats are so extreme, why 1 in 100, 1 in 1,000 and 1 in 10,000 survive the first 3 years, is because there is an unclear business model and the entrepreneur is just trying to make sure that their products or services are selling in the market. So most people die in this stage, few survive. Okay. And the ones who survive move to the second stage, which is called survival. This is a stage where you have a workable business model. This is the stage where you mature to understand what does your customer want to buy and what are they not interested in buying. And you start offering products and services on which people are willing to spend their money. Okay. So this is when you have a workable business model. This is where you figure out who is the right customer. Sometimes businesses are struggling because they're selling to the wrong customer. They're selling to someone who does not have the money, who does not have the need, who does not have the authority to make that decision. But in survival stage, you identify who's your customer and you identify what are the products and services that this customer is willing to spend their money on. So when you have the match of knowing who's your customer and knowing what exact product or service does this customer want to spend their money on, that's when you have a workable business model. But in this stage of survival, typically what you have is cash flow challenges. Challenges where the only thing you are planning in your business is financial planning. Where is the money coming from? When is it coming? And then where is the money going? When will it go there? Now, why do people face these cash flow challenges? Possibly two reasons. Number one reason, you may not be proactive in marketing and sales, which means that you are marketing and you are firstly not marketing and you're selling only when you have a referral or an inquiry coming in. So your sales effort is not consistent, because of it your conversions are not consistent, your inflows are not consistent, and that's why you have cash flow challenges. So that is possibly one reason of why you have cash flow challenges. The second reason of why you could have cash flow challenges is because the amount you need to invest in the working capital of your business may be high. The amount of money it takes to produce your products or services may be high. So your cost of production, the cost of producing goods and services may be high. So your money keeps getting blocked in those cash flow challenges. So the only thing you're doing is financial planning. Now, the truth is most entrepreneurs live in survival for the rest of their lives, which means they sometimes have windfall income. That's when they take money for themselves. Otherwise, they're just rotating the money in the business, rotating the cash in the business and going with the flow. And the business is taking care of their livelihood, their pocket expenses. So that's what happens to most entrepreneurs. They are in survival mode. Okay. Very few people graduate to the next level, which is stability. Now, I want you to start identifying the ingredients of moving from one stage to the other stage. To move from struggle to survival, the key is to have a workable business model. Stability is to move from a workable business model to a profitable business, where the entrepreneur is also able to draw a stable income for himself or herself. The entrepreneur is able to pay their team members on time. The entrepreneur has profits which they are able to reinvest in the business, keep as reserves for working capital, and increase their take home and the team members take home. So this is where you have a profitable business. And the reason for your business to become profitable in the stage of stability is because now in your business, you've matured enough to understand that you need to do marketing to generate leads. You need to do sales to close and generate revenue. And you need to do operations in a manner where you're delivering value and happiness. So marketing, sales, and operations become consistent in your business. Now, when these functions become consistent in your business, automatically you start making money consistently. And that's why it's called the stage of stability, because now you become a stable business. Okay. Now, when you become a stable business, the reason for the stability is the business owner. Because now as a business owner, you drive the functional teams, which means you are the manager of different departments. You are managing different departments, or you are personally executing certain business functions and certain departments. Like you may have an operations team and you are the manager to that operations team. But when it comes to sales, you are the only salesperson. So you are executing sales and managing operations. So you are driving the business. Now, this is the stage where the entrepreneur is okay with working very, very hard. And the reason the entrepreneur is okay with working very, very hard is because after going through struggles, after going through survival for years, now finally the entrepreneur is taking money home. They're able to make a healthy income for themselves. It could be 2 lakhs a month, 2.5 lakhs a month, 3 lakhs, 5 lakhs a month, 10 lakhs a month, whatever your parameter of a healthy income is. Okay. The entrepreneur starts making that money and they feel like, okay, life is stable now. The business is finally working. And they're okay with putting in 12, 14 hours of work to manage everything in their business, every department in their business, because they feel at least now I'm making money. So I better shut up and do this work. That's the stage of stability. So in a sense, the stage of stability is like a double-edged sword. On one side, it's a positive thing, you're making money. On the other side, it's a trap of self-employment because everything in your business is dependent on you. Okay. And most entrepreneurs don't challenge this trap and they think it's okay for me to work like this all day long because they feel that this is way better than the struggles I have seen and the survival I've been through. So the brain sort of gets defeated through struggles and survivals. And now the brain is like, oh my God, finally I'm making a stable income. I'm making my 200,000 rupees, I'm making my 300,000 rupees a month personally for myself. Life is sorted. Let me just stick to this. So most people stop at stability. They spend the rest of their life in stability. And in a sense, the first 2-3 years of stability are good because you start saving money, you start having a better lifestyle, you start taking those vacations that you dreamt of, you start making those little investments in financial instruments, or you buy a plot of land somewhere at a distance and you start feeling, okay, I'm on my way right now. But the truth is, you just stick at that level and it takes a lot of work and you kind of lose over a period of time. You know, when you are earning 300,000 rupees, 400,000 rupees a month, over a period of time, you kind of hit that stagnation and boredom as an individual. Okay. Jiten says he's not able to hear me. Guys, are you able to hear me, everyone? Okay. Jiten, everybody's able to hear me. So I'm guessing there should be an issue in the speakers or internet. Okay, great. So coming back. So the struggles, whether the entrepreneur has a fancy idea, but the market is rejecting it. The survival, where the entrepreneurs figured out who will buy and what they will buy, but they have cash flow challenges. Then the stability, where the entrepreneur becomes mature to make sure marketing, sales, and operations is happening proactively, and therefore starts making money for himself or herself. Now, most entrepreneurs stop here and they consider themselves to have a good life if they've reached the stage of stability. But there are a few who are crazy, who go to the next level, which is success. Now, what is success? Okay. Harry says you make 3 lakhs a month and end up spending 2.7 lakhs a month at stability. Yeah, probably, Harry. Okay, for my overseas friends, 3 lakhs is 300,000 and 2.7 lakhs is 270,000 Indian rupees. So keep your INR calculators on. Now, coming to success. Very few entrepreneurs go to the stage of success. This is the stage where you have rapid financial growth. Now, I want you to understand, how does rapid financial growth happen? So please make a note of this. How does rapid financial growth actually happen? Rapid financial growth in a business happens, number one, when we've accomplished stability, which means every function is functioning. In this case, the functional head is driving the business. So every department has a department head who's leading the department. So you have a marketing head who's making sure marketing is happening consistently, leads are generated consistently. You have a sales head who's making sure sales meetings are happening consistently and revenues are coming in consistently. You have an operations head who's making sure that operations are being delivered in terms of providing value and happiness. From that point of view, there is stability in that. But you are not the one who's driving it. You have department heads. You have second line team of leaders who are driving these departments, which means in day-to-day operations, the owner is not required. There is owner independence. There's no owner dependency. The owner is not required in day-to-day operations. While the owner is not required in day-to-day operations, what is the owner doing? The owner is not sitting by the beach and sipping on some juice. Okay, the owner is proactive to focus on newer business lines, newer geographical regions, newer partnerships, new product lines. So basically, the owner is focusing on strategic growth for the business. Now, watch this. You have a stable business, which is taken care of by your second line team of leaders, which is profitable. And to that, you add new opportunities. So you really leverage your existing resources, your existing infrastructure, your existing people, or you add a little bit of infrastructure, resources, and people and leverage your network, and you create way more wealth and money in proportion to the input and effort that you provide. That's when you have rapid financial growth. Is that clear, everyone? If that makes sense, please type in yes. Okay. So the key is to make sure that the owner builds a profitable business model, which is being led by department heads. And then the owner goes and explores newer business lines, opportunities, products, regions to be able to scale the business. Okay, to be able to bring in that rapid financial growth, which can even empower their teams. Their department heads also then start getting a better pay, better standard of living, better lifestyle. Their team members also get a better pay, more consistent income. All of that starts happening. So that's the stage of success. Having said that, here's what happens. Most people, or very few people, firstly reach success. And the ones who reach success, they kind of get tired. They say, I've been working for 15, 20 years, and I've been working for 20 years now. Now it's time I take a back seat. I take it easy. And this is the time they start becoming active outside the business, which means they start becoming active in social circles, social organizations, Rotary, Lions Club, Roundtable, YPO, BNI, all these kind of social organizations. And they're spending most of their time volunteering in community activities, and just kind of enjoy that limelight, enjoy that giving back and contribution, or start taking care of their temples, their churches, get involved in their mosque committee activities. So they become more inclined towards that stage. And from there, what starts happening is they start slowing down on their business. Now, what they're forgetting is they're losing out on an opportunity. And firstly, sometimes I empathize with entrepreneurs who reach that stage and they're like, no, I just want to travel. No, I just want to chill. That's an indicator that throughout your life, you've not lived a balanced life. And I have become a big fan of saying this again and again to entrepreneurs, is that there is no someday in your life. There's no someday where you'll start traveling, someday where you'll spend more time with your family, someday where you'll start taking care of your health. You got to do all of this along with working on your business throughout. There's no someday. Okay, when you're in struggles, you can still take a small weekend getaway to a small little town or something close to your city. When you're in survival, you can still afford a 3-4 day vacation in a year in your own country. When you're in stability, you can still afford probably a vacation in your own continent. And when you hit success, then probably you can start affording vacations outside your continent. So it's not like someday you'll start vacationing or someday you'll start working out and taking care of your health. It's all a part of your life. And in all honesty, let me tell you something. The most common excuse I hear from people for not being able to spend time with their family, not being able to take care of their health, and not being able to give enough recreation to their mind and soul is that they're too busy with work. But the truth is this. If you actually even look at their work, even their work is not working. This is something I really need some of you to reflect. If you are giving the excuse of not managing your life because you say you're too busy at work, truth be told, even the work is not working for you. Which means work is not working, health is not working, relationship not working, recreation not working, nothing's working. So you're a person who's not working, but is too busy working and nothing's working. Okay. Yes, all of you are on mute. Yeah, all of you are on mute. Okay. So you are working too hard doing nothing. That's what's happening in your life. And my job is to really set the focus right so you do things that are effective for you. You do things that produce results for you. Okay, are you open to that? Which means this is not just about fixing your work. This is about fixing your life. This is about fixing who you are as a person. This is not, see, anybody can blame, anybody can give reasons, anybody can give excuses, anybody can always have valid reasons about why they are where they are. But the truth is that every reason of yours, while it sounds like it's valid, it's also optional. Write that down. My reasons may sound valid, but they are optional, which means I have the option to go beyond those reasons if I expect more out of myself. Every reason of yours is valid in your head, but it's also optional. Remember that. Okay. So now comes the next stage. People who are at success move to the next stage, which is called scale. This is a stage where your management is decentralized. You have a professional CEO, professional CTO, professional CFO, professional CMO. So you have a C-suite of employees. The business owner is typically non-existent in day-to-day operations here. It's system-driven growth. The difference is this. Okay, everybody please write this down. In success, okay, write this down. In success, managers are driving the business. Write this. In success, managers are driving the business. In scale, write this down. In scale, management is driving the business. So in success, managers are driving the business. And in scale, management is driving the business. Now there's a difference. Managers are people who are good at people management and project management. These people know how to manage teams and know how to get the work done. So they, of that particular department. So they're good at people management and project management. Okay. Managers are good at that. Management are strategic creators. They are strategic creators. So they are intrapreneurs. They are like an entrepreneur in the business, just that they don't hold equity in the business. So they are like the in-house entrepreneur. They create strategically. They have business acumen. Okay. So there's a difference between managers and management. And I see a lot of companies who have managers, they start expecting their managers to play the role of management. And the entrepreneur keeps getting upset. They're good, they're committed, they've been here for a long time, but they're not able to think like me. Yes, they need to be taught how to think like you. So you need to put them through strategic business education. And they need to develop business acumen as well. So there's a difference between manager and management. Is that a useful distinction for some of you who have teams? If yes, please type out yes. So managers are people and project managers. Management are strategic creators. They create strategically. So your CFO is not someone who manages your accounts team in terms of is the accounts team doing data entry. Your CFO brings in projections and analytics into the business. Okay, they do projections, they do analytics. They identify points where costs can be reduced. They identify points where income can be scaled. All of that. So please understand, management is different. Okay, from an accounts department head, a CFO is very different. This person will go out there, network, interface with the bank, raise investments for you. Okay, do your valuations. Very different level of activity. Okay, there's a difference between a marketing manager and a CMO. A marketing manager will manage the marketing tasks, the marketing system, marketing team. But a CMO will define your marketing positioning, will define the marketing strategies. So they are creators versus managers. That's the best way of differentiating between managers and management. So in scale, you have management. In scale, you have management. And the business owner is non-existent. It's system-driven growth. Okay, and everybody, the public knows the brand. They don't know who the owner is. This is why you're a silent millionaire or a billionaire. Okay, the business owner owns, like everybody, the world knows the brand, but they don't know who the owner behind it is. So you're a silent millionaire or a billionaire. Nice place to be in. So these are stages of business, right? And I've said this before, our objective is very simple. For those of you who are in MBA, who signed up for MBA, when you signed up for MBA, if you signed up at the stage of struggles or survival, the outcome is by the end of MBA, you should move to stability. And those of you who are at stability, when you signed up for MBA, the outcome is you need to move to success. by the end of MBA. And only when you're moved to success, then we can work with you on scale beyond MBA. So now some of you may feel that you are in between two stages. How many of you feel that? If you feel that you feel like, okay, some of my business sounds like success, some sounds like stability, or some part of it sounds like survival, some sounds like stability. It's absolutely normal. These 5 stages that I spoke to you about are relevant even to your departments. So if you're feeling that your business has traits of 2 stages, it means that some departments of your business are at one stage and the others are at another stage. Like your operations may be in stability and your marketing and sales may be in survival or struggle. Does that make sense? Okay. Or it could be the other way around. Your sales may be stable, but your operations may be struggling or surviving. So if you are able to see those traits, then you need to fix the traits in those departments, which means if your operations is stable and your marketing is struggling, which means you need to learn marketing strategies and then apply marketing strategies to reach a stage of stability. So each one of you will be able to see and trace where your business is at in this. Clear, everyone? Yep, some of you are typing out where you are. Wonderful. Now, this is not the objective. Just teaching this is not the objective of today's mastermind. I have something more. So I'm going to build on this. Now, what we've told you is that no matter which stage you are in, our job is to move you. And we have clear focus areas. We have clear focus areas for you to build a business which can grow without you. So I'm going to break it down to what each stage of business needs to do. And then I'm going to break it further into what does the entrepreneur need to do. So the next slide is going to be on the entrepreneur. Now, those of you who are in struggles and survival, please make a note of this. What you see on your screen, please write this down. Okay, you need to write this down and understand every word of what you're writing. So if you're in struggle or survival, the first thing we need to work on is your business model, which means the clarity of who's your ABC customers, what are their needs, desires, and problems. And we need to create the right product mix to fulfill those needs, desires, and problems. So the first thing we need to fix is your business model. If you are just doing what you were doing before and you're still in struggle and survival, it's for obvious reasons. You need to work on the business model. You need to provide something which is of more value, on which people are willing to spend their money on which you have a special expertise. One is working on the business model. The second thing you need to focus on is marketing. Now, I know some of you here have gone through marketing. Some of you are going to go through marketing in the month of May, but that becomes the next thing. You got to work on your positioning and you got to be consistent in taking action on the strategies of marketing that you've learned. The big word here is consistency. If you're not consistent in marketing, you have no right to expect leads. You have no right to expect results, because you cannot say, I did one video and nothing happened. You cannot say, I wrote a blog and nothing happened. You cannot say, I did telemarketing and nothing happened. You cannot say, I did editorial marketing once and nothing happened. Marketing is a game of consistency. Okay? You got to do it consistently so that you attract your target customers. So a business in struggle and survival, get the business model right, do marketing consistently, create your sales process. So use the tools of sales interaction maps, create sales scripts, okay, train yourself, train your team, practice the selling skills based on the effective meeting framework that we've taught you, and manage and track your sales. Okay, that's when you know you're tracking your business. And through this entire process, you have to do stop. Let me put it this way. Any entrepreneur who's come to the PACE program, has learned PACE system, and then does not practice stop, I don't have words to describe that entrepreneur. Because you're like that person who spends money saying you want to learn something that will work for you, and then when you learn it, you don't make it work for you. Okay, I empathize with every entrepreneur when they face a challenge in implementing anything that we teach. But I have zero empathy for entrepreneurs who don't implement stop, because you have no right to demand results. Take it from me. Stop is the most fundamental practice of managing a business. That's what managing a business is. If you're not managing a business, you don't deserve to be called an entrepreneur. You actually should get a job. That's what you should do, because you're not managing your business. Stop is a management system. Ladies and gentlemen, I can't tell you this. Nimit, don't worry. You learn NDP at marketing. Okay, that's needs, desires, and problems. Okay, stop, strategic, tactical, operational meetings. That's what it is. Okay, PACE program, basic 101. Strategic, tactical, and operational meetings. Now, All of you, tell me, when a business which is in struggle and survival, make sure that they get the business model right, do marketing consistently, create their sales process by design, and manage their sales and manage their business using stop system. When they do these four things, what do you think will start happening to their business? What will happen to their business? Everybody type that out. Quick. Growth, it'll pick up. Stability, certain growth, transformation. Absolutely, you'll move to the stage of stability. So the transition for struggle to survival is this. From struggle to survival to stability, you need to do this. So those of you who are in struggle to survival, ignore whatever else I'm going to tell next. Focus only on what I have told you so far. This orange color pillar that you see, whatever is written, tattoo it on your hand and make sure you're tracking whether you're doing it or not with your coach. Okay, so that's the struggle and survival stage. Okay, then for those of you who are in stability, you need to focus on making sure all your 7 functions are active, which means marketing, sales, operations, R&D, accounts, HR, management. All 7 functions are active. And for that, we help you learn how to create processes, systems, and structure in the operations phase. Help you create marketing strategies in the marketing phase. Help you scale up your sales. This is why you need to build your sales team in the sales phase. And you need to outsource, hire, develop, and delegate in different departments. You can't do everything by yourself. Okay? So as a business who's coming into MBA and stability, you need to focus on making sure every function is functional. And for that, we have different phases where we'll be supporting you in making sure every function becomes functional. Now, while you're making every functional, you also need to build your team. And that's where you got to apply pace from start to finish to make sure that you have the team culture in place, make sure that you have role clarity in place, make sure you have clear goals in place, and make sure you have stop system to manage the business. Also, while you're building your team, we teach you team performance enhancement in the operations phase. So those of you who have not attended it, wait for the operations phase. If you think it's a burning need for you right now where you need to learn how to enhance the performance of your team members, then reach out to your coach. Will give you access to the videos. We have videos for everything in place already. And what you need to do is lead execution excellence. So again, for this, we teach you skills and tools in the operations phase where you need to lead. Leadership is an active activity, which means you need to give people feedback, you need to manage people, you need to review their work, you need to resolve conflicts, you need to coach them. So you need to demonstrate these skills. That's called leadership. That is your job. Nobody else can do that for you. Please understand that. So that's the stage of stability. So in stability, you've got to make sure process, system, structure are created in all 7 functions. Marketing strategies are in place. Sales system is in place. Team is in place. You're managing the team, you're enhancing the performance, and you're leading execution excellence. When you do that, what do you think happens to a business? What do you think happens to a business? Type it up. Those of you who are in stability, when you do this, what happens? Where does the business go? Absolutely. It moves to the stage of success. Moves towards the stage of success. So those of you who are in stability, you need to just focus on this green pillar that you see on the presentation here. This is all that you need to focus on with your coach, that how do I do this? And then from there, from stability, you move to success. The stage of success is where you have to make a strategic decision. Listen to this carefully. You need to make a strategic decision from the point of view of what direction of growth do you want to use? Do you want to use the direction of just customer growth, which means you keep adding more customers, which is organic, which is how every business grows, keep getting more and more customers? Or do you want to grow geographically, expand geographically and create new potential for yourself? Or you want to grow through products, like add new products so that your business again diversifies? Or you want to explore getting acquired by a larger brand in your industry where you sell your company out to them? Or you want to acquire smaller brands yourself, so it's mergers and acquisitions? Or you want to prepare yourself for an IPO? So at the stage of success is where you have to make these decisions. And in this, while you're making these decisions, you need to lead functional heads excellence. So in stability, you are leading the team. So you're leading execution excellence. But in success, you are leading the managers or the management, where you're leading functional heads. So these are managers that you're leading. So you need to use the same skills and tools that we teach you in the operations phase to lead functional heads excellence. And simultaneously, you need to now focus on brand building. See, marketing is to generate leads. But brand building is to make sure that you are known by everybody. You become a household name. So you build a brand, you focus on financial structuring. Brand building and good corporate governance, good financial structuring is what makes you more ready for a merger and acquisition or an IPO or for good geographical and product expansion. So that's what your focus area needs to be. Now, once you've done this, leading your management team, building a brand, doing financial structuring, and preparing for the strategic direction that you've chosen, that's when you go into the stage of scale and you build decentralized management who drives the systems. Okay. Mala's question: can managers move to management, or you need to concentrate on new people for management? Mala, it's can managers move to management? Yes, they can move to management. What do they need to work on? They need to work on business acumen. They need to work on strategic thinking, not just functional knowledge, but now from a functional point of view, they need to become strategic and connect the function to the business. So they should be able to do what you do, which is integrate the business plan. So yes, managers can absolutely move to management level. In some cases, sometimes people prefer to hire someone who's been a part of a big brand already, because they come in with that expertise of managing such a large ecosystem as well. But when you're looking at hiring someone from a big brand, I always say, look at hiring the person who built the brand, not just managed the brand. Okay, so someone who was there setting up a department, because that person knows how to work ground up. Okay, so these are just a couple of suggestions, Mala. Okay. Startups having all functional managers and teams and all other stuff is happening as mentioned in the success pillar, but they aren't profitable. They will be considered in struggle or success. Well, Ravdeep, the game of startups is very, very different. For a lot of startups, like I have a friend and their startup has 7 patents and they're not even selling anything. They're just building content, building research. And for them, the value of those patents itself is about 50 crores. So even if they don't take it to market and sell the company today, just sell the patents, they can make 50 crores. So in their business, the metrics is not how many customers they have, how much revenue are they generating. The metrics that they have there is what is that value point which they can offer to an investor or to a competitor or to a larger organization and sell themselves out. So in that case, if you ask me, if I have to assess this particular example that I gave you, which has 7 patents, is that for me, that business would be in the stability stage. Now what they want is they want to come up with their own product lines. They're exploring that. And if it doesn't work, they're going to sell the company out. So it's a totally different game. They are not even trying to build a business. So I hope that clarifies, Ravdeep. Okay. Nitin, sometimes you can see an opportunity and jump into success when you are in stage of survival. What should you do in that case? Ignore or go for it? Well, Nitin, you really need to validate that opportunity. I would say go for it, because if it seems like an opportunity that can catapult your business to success, why not? Go for it. But just know that success doesn't come easy. So be a little cynical and break down the risks of that business, the traps of that business, and see how you can kind of deal with those risks and traps. And if it seems good, just go for it. The worst thing that can happen is you lose some time, you lose some money. This is just a note for everyone. As long as something is in the boundary of being legal, ethical, okay, then don't worry. Explore things. Don't worry about losing some time or money. But don't dive in with both your feet in the water to test the depth. Okay, always know that you have something to go back to. Okay, someone says, admin, what if we think we are in success and implement the points shown, but the business is in stability only? Then implement the points shown and move it to success. No problem. Do what you're learning here. You will make progress. Okay, now. Okay, so Deepak's question, wanting to move from survival to stability to success rapidly. What's my view? My view is this, Deepak. I wouldn't want to say it's not possible, but at the same time, I would want you to be prepared to put in the work and have the patience. Some things take time to germinate, but your effort can be at 100%. So are there people who've done that? Yes, they have done that. But the key is to be in the direction more than speed. I'm very honestly not a big fan of speed. I'm a big fan of stability, like direction, getting the direction right. Because once you know the direction is right, you feel a lot stronger, and then you can grow like the bamboo. Okay. So the word rapidly is the only word that creates discomfort in me when people ask me that question. Okay? Yeah. Execute with speed. Deepak, execute with speed in the right direction, but allow the result to germinate. Okay? A farmer needs to have the patience to see the crop harvest. A farmer can't keep sowing more and more seeds, okay, in the non-sowing season and disrupting the seeds that they've already sown with impatience. So a farmer has to work hard, has to work fast, but also has to allow the seed to germinate. So effort, always hold yourself to standards of speed. Return, allow it to germinate. Okay. Timur says, what is the typical timeline from survival to stability if you are following PACE guidelines? Well, Timur, the timeline, it's less to do with timeline, it's more to do with milestones. So let me give you milestones. Because the moment you achieve a milestone, you move to the next stage. Like from struggle to survival, the milestone is a workable business model. Do you have a workable business model? A clear customer focus and clear products and services which that customer is willing to spend money on and buy. That is a milestone. From survival to stability, the milestone is making sure that all functions are proactive. Marketing, sales, operations are proactive. So unless and until you don't make marketing, sales, operations proactive, you can't move from survival to stability. From stability to success, it's about building second line team of leaders who can manage the functions. So unless you don't build a second line team of leaders, you can't say you're moved to stability or success. From success to scale, then it's about building brand, financial governance, building a management team. So it's less to do with time, it's more to do with achieving these milestones. And these milestones is something you have to map based on your business, your team, your market. Based on that, so work on the direction of these milestones. Does that make sense? All right. Okay. Awesome. So let's move to why I wanted all of you to be here. Now, this is the one slide today that I want to spend good amount of time on and help you understand what is stopping you from taking action on this. How many of you agree that it is your focus, effort, and energy that will dictate your success? If you agree, please type yes. And when you agree, actually think and agree. Don't just type yes because you're used to saying yes to everything Rajiv asks. Your effort, energy, all of that is going to dictate your success. And I today want to hold you responsible. I want you to hold yourself more responsible. Can you do that? Can each one of you hold yourself more responsible? Because I'll tell you, as an entrepreneur, each one of us has to have an honest conversation with ourselves. Okay. At one stage or the other in our life, we need to have an honest conversation with ourselves. I don't know what stage of life each one of you individually are at. Each one of you will be at a different stage in your life. But I remember when I had an honest conversation with myself back in 2014, after being self-employed, broke, and acting like a victim, I really had an honest conversation with myself saying, do I deserve to be successful? This was the question I asked myself. Do I deserve to be successful? Now, typically any individual's first natural response to that question, yeah, I deserve to be successful. But that was the day I actually stopped and told myself, no, be honest with yourself. Do I deserve to be successful? And if yes, why do I deserve to be successful? And if I deserve to be successful, why am I still not successful? Okay, I answered these questions to myself. And answering these questions to myself showed me my gaps. It showed me that while I claimed I deserved to be successful, the truth was that I did not have the capabilities. I did not have the discipline. I did not have the right mindset and the attitude. I did not have the required skills. I was working hard. There was no two ways about it. I was putting in 14 hours of work, but I did not have the ingredients for success. And that's when I had to make decisions that, hey, listen, these are the changes I need to do. I need to stop complaining. I need to stop blaming. I need to take responsibility fully for myself. I need to keep up my word. I need to stick to my plans. I need to sharpen my skills. I need to enhance my business acumen. And only when I do all of that, will I actually get the success that I want. Here's a statement that actually hit me. Everybody write this down. You always have what you deserve. Write this. You always have what you deserve. Right now, whatever you have in your life, you have it because you deserve it. If you have a business partner who's cheating on you, you have it because you deserve it, because you did not set up a relationship of mutual respect. Okay? You did not set up a relationship of mutual accountability. That's why your business partner is cheating you. Okay? If you are in an abusive relationship in your marriage, it's because you deserve it. It's not even karma. It's what you are tolerating. Karma is something else. This is what you're tolerating. Okay? If you have an unhealthy body, it's because you deserve it. You're not willing to do what it takes. That's why you deserve it. So please understand this. You always have what you deserve. And if you want to increase your deserving, you got to reduce your toleration. Write that down. To increase your deserving, okay, reduce your toleration and increase your standards. You got to increase your standards of what you expect from yourself. You got to increase your standards from what you demand out of yourself, out of your team members. Okay? If the team is not serious enough, let them go. Fire someone. So fire someone who's pretending and playing games there. So it sends a message. But before that, know that you've done your best. Have you inspired them? Have you led them? Okay? I truly believe this. What we've taught you in terms of building a win-win-win business is the most powerful paradigm of building a business. And if a team member is not able to understand and reciprocate to win-win-win, then they are the problem. Then they're a bloody thief. At the same time, as a leader, are you driving and inspiring win-win-win every day? If you are not, you can't complain. Your team's energy is also a reflection of your energy. If you walk around defeated, if you walk around weak, then your team catches that energy. So are you a leader that is worth following? That's the question you need to ask yourself. Am I being a leader whose presence inspires people? And inspiration is not something that you buy from the supermarket. It's what you feel, what you carry as an energy, as an intent, as a purpose every day. It's your energy. For some of you, you need to deeply work on your energy. And the way to work on your energy is to demand more out of yourself, to be happy with who you are and be hungry and be humble. If you want to know how to increase your energy, go on Facebook. I've done a Facebook live a couple of weeks ago on how to handle your energy. It was a 40-minute live that I did. Fill yourself with all of these things. Your body needs fuel. Your mind needs fuel. Fill it. Okay. So pull yourself up. Okay. Now, so here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to simplify. I'm going to put out your role for you. And I want each and every one of you to be able to tell me. I'm going to come back 3 months later and do this mastermind again. Okay. I'm going to come back and do this mastermind again in the next 3 months. And I want you to tell me that based on the role that I have put out over here, what have you completed? Can you do that? Can you play this game with me? Yes, everyone? So 3 months, I'm going to come back and do this mastermind again. By the way, we have our graduates also, people who graduated MBA. They're also here on this mastermind. So graduates, I'm going to bring you back on this mastermind again. And Anupama, if you know it takes a lot of conviction to throw out non-performers, then you need to have that conviction. Otherwise, you need to question yourself. Okay. Jagdish, should you take that risk? Take that calculative risk. Go one step at a time. Add one department head, one functional head at a time. You don't have to do it all overnight. Okay, it's not overnight. Business is not overnight. So I'm going to put out, yes, Rakesh, it's blank. I've not yet started showing you what you're supposed to be doing. So here's the business owner's role. And I'm going to put this out very, very quickly. Okay. Kushal, decentralized management means that the powers are decentralized. You are not the one who's sitting and controlling what each department should do. That's what decentralized management means. Okay. So your role as a business owner, your first priority is management. The management department is your first priority. Write that down. Please write every word of the slide down. And as a part of management, the first thing you need to do is pace implementation. Pace implementation from the point of view of creation of your aspiration goal, creation of a clear business model that can help you achieve that aspiration goal, creation of role clarity for your team members and for yourself, and the culture charter creation. Okay, so this is your first task as management. Now, I want all of you to say this. Everybody, put your hand on your heart and say this. Everybody, put your hand on your heart. I can see you. I can't hear you, but it's okay. But I can see your lips moving. So put your hand on your heart, everybody, and say this. To hell with pay system. Say it. But I still need a clear goal, clear business model, clear roles, and clear culture. So it's not about pay system. It's about making sure you have a clear goal, clear business model, clear role, and clear culture. Whether you use pace or not pay, this is the basics of building a business. It's just that you've learned it as pace. So if you like the word pace, call it pace implementation. Otherwise, this is basics. Okay. So goal, model, role, culture. This is a one-time activity. It's a must do. Without this, there's nothing to do. Like if you have not done this and you want coaching from your coach can't do anything. Okay. And this, I'm talking to people who've been in the system for more than 4 or 5 months. If you've been more than 4 or 5 months, you would have crossed this stage. For those of you who are still in the process, you are doing this. So this is fine. The next part is stop review meetings. This is the job of management, to do strategic, tactical, operational review meetings with your team. Okay. Strategic, tactical, operation. This is the core of everything that we teach. Vivian says, so to go from struggle to stability, there will be a phase of self-employment while we reach stability. Absolutely. Absolutely. Okay. There will be a state of self-employment and being involved is not wrong, Vivian. Self-employment is when you are doing everything and nothing's moving forward. But when you're moving forward, then it's powerful. So stop creation is first part, then is stop review meetings. Then the third point, make sure you write everything on the slide, everybody. You need to get into department review meetings. Now, what do you do in a department review meeting? Write this down. In a department review meeting, let's just say you have an accountant. You need to do accounts reviews, right? So in that department review meeting, you'll firstly create goals for an accountant. Saying, okay, in the next 2 weeks, you'll finish data entry of all of this. You'll make sure tally is updated with all of these. You'll make sure that bills and invoices are filed. This is how you'll make the payments. So goal clarity to the department. And then you will review the goals you created last time. You'll hold them accountable. Is it done? Is it not done? If it's not done, what was missing? What needs to change? So accountability, that's what needs to happen in a department review meeting. Feedback, you'll see the quality of work and you'll give feedback, qualitative feedback. No, this entry has been recorded in the wrong place. You should be doing this. And you'll mentor them. You'll teach them and give them new tasks, delegation. So any department review meeting needs to have goal creation, accountability of what they were supposed to do, feedback on what they've done and how they've done it, and mentoring on how they should do it, and delegation of what are the next tasks. So you will do department review meetings for accounts and HR to start with if you have those activities in your business. The other departments, you will do department review meetings once you establish the strategy, systems, and teams in those departments. Clear, everyone, till here? Clear till here? If you're clear, please type in yes. So the other departments, marketing, sales, operations, you'll do department review meetings once you've established strategy, systems, and teams in those departments. Clear? Wonderful. The other job you have as management of your business is strategic growth. Okay. Amit's question, HR, what should we ask? No, if you have recruitment goals, then you need to check with the HR on recruitment goals. Or as a business, what are your recruitment goals? Are you able to hire the right people at the right time? So you need to review that. If you have development goals like internal trainings and stuff like that to enhance internal mentoring. So remember the 7 function slide. I said HR, 3 goals: recruitment, people development, and happiness. So you need to have something or the other you do for employee happiness, like a lunch once a month or something to keep your workplace alive. Okay. Celebrating festivals together in office. That could be initiatives for happiness, celebrating birthdays. Okay, cutting a cake every time it's someone's birthday, bringing a cake. The simple things to keep people happy, rewarding people, recognizing people. So HR could be anything to do with recruitment, people development, and happiness. So you review those activities. You may not have a full-time HR. Okay, you may not have a full-time HR, but these are things that you need to review. Annie's question, for department meetings, should per department? Yes, Annie, it has to be separate with each department. So stop is for the business. Okay. And department meetings are for the department. Stop is macro. Department meetings are a little micro and qualitative in nature. Okay. Now, if you remember in PACE, we taught you what are the goals of management. The goals of management is clarity, performance acceleration, and strategic growth. How many of you remember this? Goals of management department. So we put 7 functions and we put under management: clarity, performance acceleration, and strategic growth. These are the 3 goals of the management function. Okay. Now, if you see the activities here, by doing PACE implementation and creating aspiration goal, business model, role clarity, and culture, are you providing clarity, everyone? Yes or no? Okay. By doing stop meetings and department review meetings, are you ensuring performance acceleration? Absolutely. The last goal of management is strategic growth. Now, from a strategic growth point of view, okay, Puneet, I'm not going to answer that question of in accounts, what should be the role clarity. In accounts, the goals are accuracy of data, compliance to the laws and statutory elements, and then finally insight, a way of coming up with projections for decision making. So if you want to create a role clarity document, then probably come into the role clarity mastermind and do it over there. Okay, so if you see these activities of management, you're creating clarity, you're creating performance acceleration through stop review meetings and department review meetings. And then for strategy growth, here are the activities: networking, funding, R&D, and hiring. Now you do this only when it's relevant. You do this when it's relevant. And please mind you, networking does not mean joining BNI. That is marketing networking. Here I'm talking about strategic networking. Investors, joint venture partners, attending conferences and events where you can meet such people, okay, industry body events. That networking is, I'm talking about strategic networking, not your weekly networking. That weekly networking you do in BNI is for marketing. That comes under marketing department. Then funding, it's not like you need funding all the time, but funding, if you need, then exploring your banking options, exploring your non-banking options, having that network where you can raise funds. R&D, creation of new products and services, okay, hiring activities, okay, if you're hiring at a management level, all of these are strategic growth tasks that the management takes care of. Okay, CII meetings, all of that, if they are of value, you're meeting the right people over there, okay, and it's not a business card exchanging fest, then yes, okay. So now, this is the job of management. This is typically your role. How many of you realize that? Yes or no? In all honesty, as an entrepreneur, you can say you are an entrepreneur the day you're just doing this. But to reach this stage, there are few things that you have to do. Yes, Pratik, you will get the webinar recorded. Don't worry. I'm guessing the webinar is recording. I am hoping the webinar is recording rather. Yeah, it is recording. I got scared. Okay. All right. The next part is, so to be able to play this role full-fledged, you need to set up other departments. How many of you agree to that statement? Let me repeat my statement. To be able to play this role, okay, to be able to play this role of management, you need to set up other departments. How many of you agree to that? Yes, of course. Prashant's question, can you please clarify hiring under strategic growth? So Prashant, when you are hiring managers, okay, when you're hiring people at the manager level or management level, they're going to play a core role in your business. So that's also a part of you contributing to the strategic growth. So that's why you are involved in the hiring process there. You're taking those interview rounds or whatever. Does that make sense, Prashant? Okay. Now, to reach this stage where you are only doing this, okay, you can't record it yourself, Anupama, the software doesn't allow that. Okay, so to reach this stage where you are only doing this, you need to set up other departments. Now, if you already have other departments set up, you need to check whether in the other departments this is happening or not. The second department you need to focus on setting up is marketing. Now, under marketing, the first thing is strategy creation and testing. Everybody write this down. Strategy creation and testing, which means you need to explore different strategies for lead generation and test them as to which strategy is giving you the best returns. Okay, so you need to do strategy creation and testing to see which strategies give you the best returns. Once you've identified the strategy that gives you the best returns, then you need to develop a team to make sure that that strategy is executed consistently. Everybody write this. The key word in marketing is consistency. Okay. So for things to happen consistently, you need to have a focused team. You can't do everything. So this is where you need to have role clarity created in your marketing department as to what will you do, what will you hire for, what will you outsource, and what will you delegate to existing team members. So do is what you will do personally. Hire is what you will obviously hire for, outsource certain things, and delegate few things to existing people. Now, so you create the strategy, test it, you know which strategy is giving you good returns. Now you do it consistently by building a team. So you build a team and create the role clarity for people in that department. Once you have the team in place, the only thing that has to happen is the same strategy has to be routinely implemented. The same strategy has to be routinely, consistently implemented. And the only thing you need to do is review, management for measurement. You need to review whether that is happening and what is the result of that activity. Is this making sense, everyone? Now, if you see in the slide, there are certain items that are written in green. Like under management, the first task is written in green. In marketing, the first 2 tasks are written in green. Can anyone tell me what do the tasks in green indicate? Can anyone tell me what do the tasks in green indicate? Absolutely, Deepak. These are one-time tasks. These are mandatory, must-do, one-time tasks. Another question to all of you. Without doing the tasks in green, can you do the tasks in black? No way. Now, evaluate yourself. Now, this is for those of you who attended the marketing program already. I know most of you are going to come into May. Now, if you have attended the marketing program or you've crossed the marketing phase already and you've still not done the tasks in green, okay, do you think you are going to be able to do anything with the marketing department? You will not be able to do anything. So please understand this, that the key is to create strategies, test them, and once you know what is working, build a team. And testing means to do it consistently. It's not doing one blog, one video, just building a website on one day and not maintaining or enhancing that website. It's not that. That's not called marketing. Okay, Arun, we have an induction template that we'll share with you on your WhatsApp group. That's how you handle PACE implementation when a new team member joins. Okay, now watch another question to all of you. Once you've done the green tasks in marketing, and when you're doing the black task in marketing, do you realize that all you are doing then is managing the marketing department, which means you will start doing department review meetings with marketing. Do you see that? I want you to start understanding how to build a business. That's why I'm going down to such detailing. Once you've created the marketing strategies and you've built the team in that area, all you're doing is department review meetings, which is task number 3 of management with the marketing department. Amruta just got a breakthrough. She said, that makes sense. Yeah, that's what it is. You build the department, then you only manage it. You just do review meetings with the department team. Now, once you've done marketing, then you go to the next department, which is sales. Now, write down the tasks in sales. One is you'll do key sales meetings. Now, if you notice, key sales meetings is in black, which means this is something you'll do consistently. You will go for closing key sales meetings. And there's nothing wrong with that as an entrepreneur to be a part of key sales meetings. Okay. So you will go and close key sales meetings. Congratulations, Swami. I know it works. You're doing it and experiencing the lead generation now. Wonderful. Okay. Now you start doing key sales meetings and sales. Apart from that, you need to focus on sales creation. Biggest mistake you can make as a business is think that you know how to sell. If you think you know how to sell, let me tell you, you don't know how to sell. Sales is not just talking about the products and services. Sales is about creating scripts, steps, support materials, developing those skills, not just for yourself, for your team members. So you create the sales interaction map. You develop the step scripts. It has to be sales by design. That's when you can replicate and build a sales team. A lot of entrepreneurs, the challenge for them is they are the only salespeople in their business. Nobody else can sell. Nobody else can sell because you have not built a sales army. You've not built a sales system to build that sales army as well. So you need to focus on sales creation, sim steps, scripts, support materials, and skills. SIM is sales interaction map. You learn it in the sales phase. Don't worry about that. SIM is sales interaction map. Okay. Then what do? You do continuous sales trainings and role plays with your team members. Okay. Sales is a skill, ladies and gentlemen. It's not a one-time thing. You got to do continuous role plays. So your sales team needs to do role plays. Okay. And all you need to do is sales performance reviews. You need an army in every department. Now the sequence has to be decided based on what your business needs, Harry. So it's not a one answer for everyone. It has to be defined based on what your business needs. Okay. So now, again, what are you seeing? You see there's one-time task in sales, and without that, the other task cannot happen. How many of you realize that? Without having a uniform, standardized sales process being created, you cannot build a sales team, train the sales people, do sales reviews. In fact, for some of you who are all graduated, who have graduated MBA, if there's one program I would ask you to come back and re-attend, it would be the sales program, because there's so much more that we've added over there in terms of how to build that sales team and sales army. Okay. So just come back, attend that program. Okay. Because you will get the tools on building a sales team. It's not just for sales skills. Okay. Then from there, it's operations. Okay. Your next priority is operations. Process, system, structure creation in every single department. So we teach you this in the operations phase. And what you need to do is reviews. Vivian's question is, sales strategy slightly different in a service or consultancy based business where part of what you are selling is your own skills? Absolutely. Every product, every industry requires a different selling method or approach based on the elements, Vivian. So there's no standard, but you need to have a creation for your business. That's what we mean by sales creation. Now, your fourth priority as an entrepreneur is operations. One-time task, process, system, and structure creation in every department. And then all you're doing is department review meetings. Time, cost, quality reviews, feedback, and mentoring is nothing but department review meetings. I want all of you to understand this. In marketing, in sales, in operations, once you do the green tasks, the black task is just department review meetings. How many of you can see that? So you're setting up the department. You're building the team in that department, and then all you're doing is managing that department. So, how many of you realize that this is your job and you need to do this step by step? If you realize that this is your job and you need to do this step by step, please type yes. Now, is setting up a marketing strategy system a 1 day or a 1 week job? No, it's not. I know it. We are setting up our marketing department since October. Till October, Success Gyan was doing everything they're filling rooms. Now, if you notice, I've become very proactive on social media. I built a 5-member marketing team. We're in the process ourselves. It is a time-taking effort. It'll take us another 4 to 5 months so that we can say that our marketing system and strategy are completely sorted. But guess what? I do that for, even if I spend 8 months on building a marketing department, I know I am sorted for the rest of my life. Patience and focus. These are two things, if you are able to build in yourself, that's when you deserve success, ladies and gentlemen. Patience and focus. Just know, see, day-to-day work keeps happening. Day-to-day projects. I'm an entrepreneur myself. You can't bullshit to me about the challenges of an entrepreneur. I have the same challenges that you have. I have 3 businesses. So I have 3 businesses throwing challenges at me every day. But I can tell you this, that I've been able to scale them up because patience and focus. I am not beating myself up. Some of you are slipping into guilt right now. I want you to stop right now. There's no point feeling guilty. Guilt is a waste of time. It's an energy drainer. It makes you feel like you're a sincere person, but you're not. Because you feel guilty right now, and then after some time you go back to the same old way of doing things. Then your guilt is meaningless. Vivek, how do you prioritize? Based on your business needs. If in your business you're firefighting with customer challenges and your team challenges and all of that, then focus on operations. Okay, but if in your business your challenge is that business is not coming in, then focus on marketing and sales. So you got to decide, what does my business need? AJ Pandian, Management aspiration goal for business. Our business owner yearly goals are different. Breakthrough objective for the business. No, it is aspiration goal for the business. That's the yearly goal, Pandit. That's the yearly goal that you need to create. Kamlaksh, you got it bang on. Once you do your tasks in green, all you need to do is feedback, review, and mentoring, and that is management. That is management. Okay. So how many of you learned something from this slide? If you learned something from this slide, please type yes. We have coaches as well on this mastermind. And the reason I had the coaches on the mastermind is because I want to drive the focus as simple. The coach needs to review this slide with you in every one-to-one. I know you come in with problems and business situations in the one-to-one, and a lot of time goes in discussing those things. But apart from discussing what is burning in your business currently, so do this. In your one-to-ones, I want all of you to do this. Divide your one-to-ones into two parts with your coach. One is current problems, firefighting, challenges, and all of that. Take the support of the coach. Second is making progress on this slide. Can you do that? You do this, you're sorted. You're sorted. And will it take time? Yes, it will take time. It's okay. Will it take effort? Yes, it takes effort. Life is taking time anyways. We're dying slowly every day. Then why are we in a hurry? If you realize our countdown is on, ladies and gentlemen. Okay. So what's this hurry for? Well, Deepak, people and systems, people gets handled by pace, systems get handled in operations. So we're just going phase wise. Okay? The focus is heavy. When we're talking about operations, people and for us, people and systems is what is operations. So your one-to-ones have to be twofold. Okay, Ajay's question. We have front-end sales team. What else is required in this department? So, Ajay, I know you a lot of Infinity team members came to the sales training program. They've gone through the skills. Now the sales creation has to happen from their side. So they have to implement what they learned. They have to create that sales interaction map. Okay, by being in the mastermind, by taking support of the coach. And internally, they need to keep doing the sales training. Each one has to do the training. Role plays is very important. Okay, role plays is very important. Sales performance reviews is very important. So that's what you need to do. I have a question which I've received privately. How come Lamborghini is a success? Do they have good marketing or sales? I don't see any advertisement. So let me tell you, some of you read too many business magazines, and that's why your brain is screwed. Are you a Lamborghini? If you're not a Lamborghini, don't ask me that question. This is not a MBA in a B school where we are doing business case studies which don't make any sense in the real world. Lamborghini is a Lamborghini. They don't do an advertisement. I agree to that, but they built a Lamborghini. They built an engine which is worth 7 crores. If you have an engine worth 7 crores and then you don't become a Lamborghini, then let's answer this question. Talk to me about your business problems. Don't talk to me about worldly problems. Okay. Azim, I was depressed since last 2 days, seeing my competition doing so good and taking over my markets also. But after this webinar, I'm more focused and will be patient too. Please build one step at a time, Azim. Please build one step at a time. Okay. Audits, you guys need to do audits in sales team. Yeah. Ajay question, do we need social media team, especially LinkedIn team, also part of the sales team? Ajay, I don't know. I can't prescribe that like this. I think it's best to work with your coach on something like that and have a totality strategy. Like who's your target segment? What are the services you're selling? And what are the ways of getting the target segment towards you? Digital, what all do you have to do? Offline, what all do you have to do? Okay. Events wise, what all do you have to do? You need to create ideas that way. Bhavesh's question, is it okay to outsource operations if it can save money and time? If it can and it works for you and there's no risk in it, please do it, Bhavesh. Nitin, if you are unable to do pace along with existing work, please just take 2 hours out once in 2 weeks and do the next step in whatever shabby way. Do the next step in whatever shabby way. 2 hours is the only thing that I always tell entrepreneurs. 2 hours once in 2 weeks, you can implement MBA successfully. Ajay's question, if our team is not at the same page with our understanding for understanding the goal and to work accordingly, even After giving training to them, then how much time should we give them, or else should we new people in the company who are more competitive? Well, Ajay, have one-to-one conversation. Sometimes you have to emotionally appeal to your people also, saying that, hey, listen, what's stopping you? Tell me your concerns. You deal with their concerns logically. After logical conclusions also, if they're still not making changes, then question their intent. And if they are still not making changes, then fire them without any guilt, because you've done your best. You've extended your heart out to people. Pandian, you can set long-term goals as well. If you have visibility of 3 years, 5 years, please set long-term goals and break it down into annual goals. Okay. Now, guys, I'm not yet done. Can we hold the question so I continue learning? Firstly, I want to make sure that you're clear about your role right now. This is your role. How many of you got clarity about your role? How many of you realize if you're not building in this direction, you're wasting your time doing nothing and you're feeling very busy about it? Sorry, I have to break the news to you. Every time Rajiv speaks, he has to say something that's not nice. Okay. Shakti's question. Rajiv, just now I had 2 guys helping to implement ways. We are starting late. Will I get extended support from your team? Well, Shakti, you will definitely get support from us, but if you cross your MBA timeline and all of that, then you have the option to continue coaching at an additional fee. So for those of you who've graduated out of MBA and now you feel you need to do this stuff, just come back and pay some money and do it. Okay. At the end of the day, look, you know, something that I find fascinating, till you've not achieved your goals, don't leave your coach. A lot of people think, okay, if you've not achieved your goals, don't leave your coach. Make sure you work with the coach till you achieve those goals. And if you have an issue with the coach, you message me offline directly. Okay. We have a very, very open system. We're open to feedback. If you have challenges, message me offline. Okay. And we'll fix it for you. Okay. All right. I'm going to hold the question. So everybody, we're clear on this, right? Now, while we're clear on this, I want to introduce to you 3 types of entrepreneurs. I created this 3 types of entrepreneurs: cantpreneurs, wantrepreneurs, and entrepreneurs. So today we'll assess which one are you being right now and what do you need to be actually. Okay. Cantpreneurs, as the word suggests, are can't be entrepreneurs. Okay. Wantrepreneurs are wannabe entrepreneurs, but unable to be entrepreneurs, and entrepreneurs are entrepreneurs. So let me give you distinction, behavioral distinctions. Okay. Cantpreneurs are people who know what to do, but they keep saying, I can't do it or it can't be done. Like I'll tell you the biggest flaw of being an MBA. Everybody ask me, what is it? Type out, what is it? Biggest flaw of being an MBA. Let me today reveal the biggest flaw of being an MBA. Everybody write, what is it? Right? Everybody write, what is it? Are you ready? Are you ready for this, ladies and gentlemen? This could change your life. The biggest flaw of being an MBA is that you know everything, but when you don't do, you still think you know. Like someone who's attended the marketing program, you've learned 30 marketing strategies, you know all the marketing strategies, but you still don't do. The truth is you don't know. Now the problem is you've learned it, so you know it, but you're not doing it. So for you, there's nothing new exciting in life. See, for some of you, just learning is exciting. Today we learned something. You came to PACE, you were excited. You came to marketing, you're excited about learning. You come to sales, you're excited. You come to operations, you're excited. If you're only excited by learning and knowing, you are screwed in life. Because knowing does not bring results. Doing brings results. And the worst part for a person who knows is that there is nothing more to know. The next step is to do. Knowing is worse than not knowing. Because when you don't know, you don't do. But when you know and you don't do, there's nothing more to do apart from doing. The biggest flaw of MBA is this. All of you are going to learn all the strategies in managing your business, in marketing your business, in selling for your business, and in operations for your business. But beyond that, there's nothing more apart from doing. And if you don't do, then you just sit on knowledge. And for some of you, like, there's no longer that energy. Why? Oh, I attended the marketing program. That time the energy was high. Now I'm not implementing it. So the energy is, and there's nothing more to do apart from doing. Entrepreneurs are worse. They have the mindset of I can't do it or this cannot be done. Entrepreneurs, they know what to do, but they say I can't do it now. Entrepreneurs want to do, but they're always busy with something else. Okay, entrepreneurs want to do, so that positivity is there. Yeah, Rajiv, I will do this. Yeah, I'll do this. My coach, we'll do role clarity. We'll do this. We are excited about it, but we can't do it now. And then we can't do it now. Every day it's can't do it now. So tell me a date. These are entrepreneurs, want to do but can't do. Okay, unable to do. Entrepreneurs know what to do and they do it or get it done. So an entrepreneur knows what to do and does it or gets it done. I'm going to give all of you an option. Okay, let me give you an option. For those of you who can afford it, take this option. If you are not able to apply PACE with your team, if you are not able to apply the strategies that we've taught you, MBA is where the coach coaches the entrepreneur. Okay. If you want to go one step further and the coach to coach your team members, then we'll open another program. Sign up with us. In all seriousness, sign up with us. We'll coach your team members. We'll make the coach the coach to the team members and get the work done. You want us to facilitate strategic meetings? Pay a fee. We'll fly the coach down, and I'm not doing this even as a taunt. I'm telling you, really, we'll do it for you. Please understand, it won't come at the investment you paid for MBA, but if you want us to do it, that option is also there. And some of you who are at a large scale, take that option if you want. Talk to your coach and say, hey, I want to figure out that option where the coach comes inside. MBA is for the entrepreneur. You want something deeper than that? Okay, let's do consulting for you. We do consulting for a lot of businesses as well. Let's come into your business then. But there will be a price to pay there. Please understand that. Okay, there'll be a price to pay. And if you feel that you can afford that price and you can't do it, please use that option. Do it or get it done. One of the two. Simple as that. Okay. Okay. Now, entrepreneurs. So the second trait of entrepreneurs. A entrepreneur lives like a helpless victim or an exhausted soul. If you meet these people, and you should start identifying people around you like this. Okay. They're either living like a helpless victim where the world has done something wrong to them, or like a tired soul. Like I've done everything. Like these are the type of people for whom in their mind, everything sucks. My business sucks. My coach sucks. My life sucks. This world sucks. My existence on this planet sucks. Everything sucks for this person. Helpless victim or exhausted soul all the time. Entrepreneurs demonstrate sincere laziness. See, these are reward. Okay. Sincere laziness. You know what is sincere laziness? I want to do, but not today. Tomorrow will do. Or sincere cowardice. I want to do, but I'm not sure will it work or won't it work. Fear. Okay. That's sincere cowardice. I know it's simple, but I don't know why it's not happening for me. Are you seeing traits? Entrepreneurs versus entrepreneurs and entrepreneurs. Okay. But entrepreneurs invest time, money, and resources which they don't have. Read the statement carefully. Invest the time they don't have, money they don't have, resources which they don't have to build team systems and strategies. If you understand, in every function, it's about building team system and strategy itself. So entrepreneurs do that. We didn't have the time, nor we had the money or the resources when we were building this business. But we invested it when we didn't have it. Figured it out. Took those risks, took those jumps, took those leaps of faith and made it happen. Does that make sense? You see the difference in attitude. I really want to show you the difference in attitude between entrepreneurs and entrepreneurs. Last one, entrepreneurs always, if you hear a entrepreneur and you need to start listening to your thoughts, they're either blaming or feeling guilty or being unhappy, or there's bitterness. That becomes a way of life for a entrepreneur. Blame, guilt, blame to others, guilt towards self, unhappiness towards life, bitterness towards this world. Okay, that's the way, becomes the way of life of a entrepreneur. Entrepreneurs, it's bursts of brilliance. Suddenly you're there, you're implementing, you're motivated. So it's a burst of brilliance, then it gets interrupted by frequent distractions. That's a entrepreneur for you. An entrepreneur faces challenges. Please understand, faces challenges, but keeps moving forward. Life punches him on the face, but he gets up and keeps moving forward. It's shabby success through constant progress. Shabby success does not mean not doing anything. It's shabby success through constant progress. Is this making sense? So I want each one of you to highlight for me. Pratiksha, assume we hire a very good, okay, Pratik, stay with this, stay with this, stay with this. You're going somewhere else. Okay. I said I will take a couple of questions towards the end, but I want you guys to understand the difference and assess yourself. Where do you see yourself? And you know, being honest with yourself is the beginning of transformation. Okay. So type out, where do you see yourself? Kamlaksh, entrepreneur. Varun, entrepreneur. Deepak, entrepreneur. Ramakrishna, entrepreneur. Narsimharaju, entrepreneur. Rasika, want. Yeah. You know, it's very natural. Most of you are entrepreneurs or entrepreneurs. I would say our system does not attract entrepreneurs because a entrepreneur will not even come into something like MBA. So now the journey for most of you is the journey from entrepreneur to entrepreneur. Now, the reason I'm putting this out, and I have the coaches here with me today. Coaches, I want the coaches to give you feedback. Give you feedback and tell you whether you're being a entrepreneur or an entrepreneur or a entrepreneur. And Amit, I've given you the clarity of what you need to do. The role clarity is clear, and the rest is all learning and stage by stage implementation. So the key is stage by stage implementation, Amit. Useful? Now, those of you are saying, so quite a few entrepreneurs here. So tell me which word in entrepreneurship out of what is mentioned over there suits you the most or hit you the most? Which word about entrepreneurship hit you the most? Okay. Sincere laziness, sincere cowardice, frequent distraction, first and last. Okay, great. As long as you know what hit you, write that down, write those words down, and you need to assess yourself. Look, I'll tell you something. More than your coach, more than anybody else, it's you who needs to demand more from yourself. If you see frequent distractions as a problem in your life, then do something about it, change it. Don't just leave it and live with it. Living with it is the worst thing you can do. Find an answer, ask questions, WhatsApp group. So guys, share challenges, ask questions. Awesome. So your coaches are going to hold you accountable when you're being sincerely lazy or sincerely coward. Okay. And they're going to kick you on the backside and push you outside your comfort zone. Okay. Wonderful. Thank you for your honesty. Okay. Those of you who are replying, it only shows your commitment. Now make sure that commitment is translated into action. Those of you are not replying, it only shows your entrepreneurs. You're not even doing what you have to do. Okay. Sachin, want to do MBA again? We have a format, Sachin. Please come. Start again. Okay. And this is a sincere thing to all. You know, sometimes when I tell MBA graduate, come, if you feel you still need it, come and restart it. They say, again, I'll have to pay. Of course you have to pay. Do it now or pay more and continue doing it. Do one, but do it because you need it. Okay. All right. So here's going to be your coaching focus, ladies and gentlemen. With that, I'm going to close and then probably keep 5 minutes for questions. So coaches will focus with you on in the one-to-ones on the business aspiration goal, the business model. Okay. These are checklists. These are basic hygiene things we need to have in place. We need to have the goal in place. We need to have a clear business model with clear customer focus and product and service mix. Then the coach will focus with you on activating your business function. So in marketing, in sales and operations to make sure the strategy is clear, the team is clear, the system is clear. And then is when we track the financial plan in terms of inflow, outflow, and profit and loss. This has to be the coaching focus. So please keep your coaching sessions divided into two. One is your agenda. Okay. And two is to do this. Yeah. So info@grandempire.in. The coaches will be with you through one-to-one coaching. And for that, you have to come back. Okay. All right. Cool. So was it useful? Everybody? So this is going to be the coaching focus. Your existing business challenges will be half one-to-ones. The other half one-to-ones will be this, and making sure we check off each department and each one of these milestones. So with that, this is me, Rajiv Talreja. I'm done for today. I'm happy to answer questions for another 5 minutes because I have to jump into another meeting, and this was scheduled from 10 to 11:30. So let's take some questions. So Naren says, how to balance team morale and also potential needed changes in sales team structure that managers don't like? Okay. If you're bringing in a potential change, just check whether that change is a win-win change. Because if the managers don't like it, there's probably one element of it that they see as not a win for them. At the same time, the win for them does not mean accommodating and not being a win for the business. So have conversations. In all honesty, co-create these changes with the managers and say, tell them, let's debate. Let's debate logically and arrive at a middle path. Okay. Engage your people. Don't just enforce, engage. Okay. That's the way you bring the morale in, because enforcement sometimes backfires. So engage people. Okay, Harry, how do we deal with a situation where employee aspiration is really poor? They come from rich backgrounds. So an increment of 20% a year doesn't even add value to their life. And when they are pushed to do work, they are snobby. Since I'm one driving everything, it takes time for me to free up to speed time with them for reviews or strategic input, but their timings are up. And they are more interested in leaving than staying. So, Harry, in all honesty, you need to ask yourself that culturally, does your business deserve this kind of a person? And if this person is like that, then you need to have a one-to-one honest conversation, giving your feedback of what are their strengths, what are their weaknesses, and what needs to change so that they can contribute to the business. And if they're indifferent to that feedback, you are reaching out at a one-to-one, inspiring them, emotionally appealing to them that, hey, this is what I want out of you. And if they're indifferent to all of that, then I think that person's not the right fitment for you, Harry. So put in that effort, probably watch the feedback skills video from OLI and use the feedback and performance enhancement technique we teach in operations leadership, and then come back with us with your challenge and feedback. Does that make sense, Harry? Okay, any other questions? I need to split time between operations, marketing, and sales. I need to do at least 5 to 6 hours a day minimum to maintain operation quality. Marketing, sales to drive to at least 4, but I'm unable to work with both these guys in 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. time as they finish operations. I request a time change where the operations team works 9 to 6, the marketing team works 12 to 9. Harry, probably explain this more in detail with your coach and ask your coach to have a conversation with me. And then I'll give them an input. I'll create a structure for you. Done. Okay. All right. Thank you. Vinod says, I'm struggling in marketing department and getting business only from referrals. What to do in this context? Vinod, you have to implement the marketing strategies to teach at RMI. You got to choose. So talk to your coach again and ask your coach to talk to me, and we'll close on this. Okay. How to involve blue collar more? They seem to be a little left behind. Simple things, Ravdeep. Do education sessions for blue collar, education sessions on the role, on skill. Like, I'll tell you what we've done. Very interesting initiative. In my events team, most of the staff is like the operations team is mostly like semi blue collar kind of guys. And what we've done is we've come up with a system where once in 2 weeks, we just get everybody together, and we are going to do this for the next 3 months. Get everybody together, and each one is going to give like a TED talk. They're going to give a 3-minute talk. So we had one guy who handles operations talking about why quitting smoking is important. I'll tell you what it did. It just got them out of their shell. It becomes a bonding exercise. Everybody's sitting and listening to it. So do those little engagement things that will make a big difference, Ravdeep. Or you provide any kind of role training or how to manage money training and stuff like that. But if you don't know how to manage your money, don't teach them how to manage their money. That would be dangerous. Yeah. So teach them stuff, book reading sessions, simple stuff that is not accessible to them. Okay. They are hungry for learning. So do stuff to keep engaging them. Rajesh's question, who all are supposed to be a part of the stop meeting? So if you are a micro enterprise with between 2 to 20 people, everybody needs to be a part of your stop meetings. If you're an SME with more than 20 people, then you need to have one strategic meeting at department head level with the business owner. Then each department head needs to have a strategic meeting with their team members. Same on tactical. Operational, you don't have to be a part of, but the ground level team and their manager have to be a part of the operation meeting, Rajesh. People are leaving. I don't have consistency at this stage of life. I want to grip off my concentration and make it. Ashwinder, sometimes we go through a little bit of a roller coaster. Don't fight it too hard. See what's in your control and make sure that emotionally you're high. Okay. Some of us, I know phases happen in life. There shit hits the roof sometimes. And I know we have a phase where no matter what we do, no matter who our coach is, life is not in our control. If you're going through such a phase, just message me offline. I'd be happy to help. Okay. All right. So with that, I'm going to say goodbye to all of you guys. Thank you so much. Make sure you implement. Our biggest goal is to see you successful. We're willing to do whatever it takes. Okay. Thank you so much, guys.